Righto, and welcome back to Harold Road. I did put out a request for ideas for challenges for me to do, and one of them was by Dan Hughes, and he wanted me to rework one of these, a Lima Class 60. Well, I've reworked Lima Class 31s before, but I've never done a Class 60, and he put this idea in my head. So I bought a second-hand Class 60, and what I'm going to do with it is kind of bring it up to Hornby spec. I know the motor's not going to be Hornby spec, that's going to be a bag of bolts, but cosmetically, I'm going to see if I can do this up. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. So we'll just we'll take it out of the box now. I used to have these back in the 90s. I had quite a few of these old Lima Class 60s. Just going to put that on the... I'm going to turn this compressor off. That does get on my nerves. I don't need it. We'll think of these things so we start recording, really, shouldn't we? Last video we had, yeah, the compressor was going off all the way through it. So, lifting it out of the box. Oh God, and Bennett, it's falling apart already. Cool. Yeah. So, what we're going to do is we're not going to touch it mechanically. What I might do is install some lighting in it to a bit later on. I've just forgotten how bad these actually are. No, I don't mean it really. I mean, there's plenty of people out there who still like Lima models, and there's nothing wrong with Lima models if you like the old sound of the old pancake motor going off. So what we're going to do, obviously things are missing off this, which shouldn't be missing. Lima never put the cab steps on there. So I've been in contact with my friend Birch at Rusty Brows Modelling, and he sent me the Class 60 detailing pack, which includes the ladders, the horns, and the ploughs. But I'm going to see if I can use some Hornby ploughs, Hornby 60 ploughs I should say. And see if they'll fit. They might do, they might not. And then we'll cut these oval buffers off. And I've got some proper buffers there. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Sprung buffers off a Hatton's Class 66. And before you start saying, I didn't butcher the Class 66 from Hatton's, have you? No, I haven't. They're just spare buffers, all right. So yeah, we're going to take this thing apart, and we'll paint the cabs as well. I'm trying to get this off. Oh, you got one end. Oh, look at that. Oh, so I'm going to paint these cabs. I'll remove them and I'll paint them. I should imagine when I do the lighting kit, I shall solder wires onto the motor. But I mean, we'll cross that path when we come to it. There is holes in there for the lights, which is quite cool. I thought I might have to drill those out, but I might not have to. We'll have to see when the lighting kit... Oh, sorry, I'm not in shot, am I? I might have an opening cab window with a driver inside it. And a lot of you have said, what are you going to do with it once you've done it? Don't know. I might keep it as a showpiece, or I might even sell it to one of you. You know, some of you might want it. I'm going to replace this handrail because it's moulded. Sorry, moulded. I'm going to replace the wiper blades, place the horns, as you know. We'll do the ploughs and see how we go with it. So I'm just going to take this apart now, take the cabs out, and then we'll have a look at what bits fit where. The first thing I'm going to do is remove these old tensioner hooks. We don't want those anymore, do we? Get them into shop. So I'm not being rough with it, honestly. I'm just trying to get that. Cool, you're being stubborn. So that's the two tension hooks off. It does come supplied with wiper blades, but they are pretty terrible. So I've had some 3D wiper blades printed off. I'm going to remove these cabs, which should literally just pop out. There you go, there's one. And there's two. Where do I get the feeling someone's been messing around with this already? No, they haven't, that's all right. It just doesn't look very, it's so flimsy. So we're going to cut these buffers off, and we're going to replace those. Let's see if I've got a set of 60 ploughs that will see if it'll fit. So we've raided the spares box. I've got loads of these. Class 60 ploughs, Hornby, have got some locking. Excuse my fingers, I've been ballasting and spraying the track. I don't normally walk around with dirty hands, although my wife would say otherwise. Yeah, I'll trim these little lugs off here, the 2 lugs either side, and on here I'm going to get rid of this horrible moulded chain. I'm going to get rid of these things. They're going to come off, and then we're going to replace those, and then we're going to put the Class 60 buffer on. Buffer? What do you mean buffer? Plough buffer. That's because I'm talking about the buffer beam. So I'm not going to do this on camera because I want 2 hands, and I want to concentrate. So I'm going to snip these off first, drill a hole, and then fit the 66 buffers. Hopefully they're at the same length. I don't really know. Let's have a look. So once they're in the hole, yeah, they're going to be slightly proud, but I mean, it's all right, isn't it? So let's get to work. I'm going to test myself and see if I can do this live. It's probably going to go horribly wrong, but never mind. So that buffer's just been glued on. That just fell off. So I'm going to snip this here, get rid of this. That just fell off very, very easy. And that just fell off very, very easy. Do the same with the other end. Just make sure you're in shot. These are so fragile. Oh, it's gone flying across the room. And that one's there. So we've got the holes. Got the holes there. So while I've got the buffers off, I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm going to get my sharp knife, and I'm going to cut that off. So I cut these bits off. I'm now going to make these holes bigger. So I'm going to fit a shackle in there and a Hornby Class 60 plough. Okay, so welcome back to the extremely messy desk. So what I've done here is, I don't know if you can see this, I fit the Hatton sprung buffers, and they still spring. I've drilled a hole here for the coupling. Oh, it's not even focusing, man. Come on, focus. It's not focusing very well, is it? You can't really see what I'm doing. It's all a blur. It's all looking at things over the background. Yeah, so there's a hole there for the shackle, 2 holes for air pipes. So I'm just going to fit the Hornby Class 60 snowplough, fit a shackle, and 2 air pipes. Okay, so the Hatton's Class 66 buffers are in. The Hornby Class 60 plough is in. Starting to look good already. 10 minutes on it. I'm now going to fit a shackle and 2 air pipes from the spares box. So one end is done. As you can see, what a massive transformation that has been by taking them oval Lima buffers off and fitting the Hatton's Class 66 sprung buffers, which still spring. I've fit the Hornby Class 60 snowplough, a shackle from a Bachmann Class 37, I think, and 2 spare air pipes from a Acura Scale Class 37. So I'm just going to do the other end, and then we'll fit some side steps, and then we'll turn our attention to the body shell. Right, so both ends now are detailed. As we said, we've got Hornby Class 60 snowplows, Hatton's Class 66 buffers. We've got some air pipes from Acura Scale, and I actually found a Class 60 brake pipe in my spares box. So we're now going to turn our attention to the missing cab steps. Fingers all over the place. My good friend Birch at Rusty Rails Modelling. Let's just give him a bit of an advertisement for, a bit of a shout out. Shout out, bro. I went to him with this design to do the snowplows, horns, and steps. Because if you've got a Hornby Class 60, these are the bits that go missing. So between myself and Birch, you can get this from Rusty Rails Modelling. So I'm now going to get these steps out, paint them up, and get them ready to fit onto the bogie. Right, so I've painted the cab steps that I require. These are identical to the ones that are on the Hornby Class 60. If you have got missing bits and pieces off your Hornby Class 60, do contact Rusty Rails, because you get 5 cab steps, you get some horns, couplings, and you get the snow ploughs as well. All these bits fall off Class 60s from Hornby. So if you are looking for spares, you do that. Anyway, whilst I'm waiting for that paint to dry, I've just removed the horns from the cab. they're literally just these little doofers here. Where are they? Can't see. They just pull out them and them. They literally just get a pair of pliers and just pull them out. They're not glued in. So once the paint is dry on our little detailing pack, we're going to fit some new horns, and I'm also going to fit some new wiper blades. Right, before we fit all the horns and the cab steps to the bogies, just a shout out to Penza Models, who do replicas of the Class 60 wiper blades, which we're about to fit onto this. I think you'll agree, they look pretty cool. So I'll just paint them up and refit them. So just to let you know, we've now fitted, cool, that's a big firework. We've now fitted horns from Rusty Rails. We've fitted the windscreen wipers from Penza Models, Hornby's Class 60 snow ploughs, shackles, and air pipes. And then we're going to call it a day now because I'm absolutely knackered. Tea is coming up soon, so it's Chinese tonight. I've got some blackcurrant vodka to look forward to as well. So Project 60 is underway. We've fitted the steps as well. Look at that. Steps are fitted. And I've also just gone over the grills with a little bit of track dirt. Still lots more to do. I just got to order another set of wiper blades because one of them broke. That was my fault entirely, being over heavy-handed with it. But there you go. Project 60 underway. Part 2 will come next weekend. Until then, goodbye.